Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss Python user inputs and some other additional features of IPython. Okay. So, in some programs, directly we will assign the values to the variables. Okay. There are cases that when the program is executed, that time you are going to you will be feeding the input. Okay. In such cases, you can go for the user input. Okay. The older versions of Python, I remember that they use something like raw input. After okay, from Python 3.6, okay, the keyword input, okay, or input method, okay, that is used to get the user input. So whenever this is included in the program, okay, whenever this is included in the program, when you execute the program, actually the program requires the input. Okay, so you need to feed the corresponding input, whatever is asked, then the program executes based on the received input. For example, here you just see x is equal to input, enter your name. Okay, so whatever needs to be displayed in the console, that I am writing here within double quotes. Okay, so when the same statement, whatever I am writing here, that will appear in the console. Okay, so you need to feed the input. You need to feed the input that will be automatically assigned to x. Okay, say for example, I am just giving the input as Vinod. Okay, now this Vinod is assigned to x. It's string basically. Okay, then it prints, the program prints my name is, okay, then plus means it will add string, it will concatenate, it will add. Okay, so my name is, then you can see within double quotes I'm just giving a space plus x, so it will display. Okay, when I execute this program, it will ask enter your name. I'm going to give Vinod Babu, so it will display my name is, then some space Vinod Babu. Okay, so this is the user defined input. Let us practice this in Python console. X, okay, input, enter your name. Okay, okay. So this is automatically stored in x. Now I am just printing, print my name is, then plus. Okay, let me I'm not introducing the space. We will see what will happen. See, without space my name is, that Vinod Babu is coming. So what I'm doing, I'm just okay, after this I'm just introducing a space. You can see with space it is printing my name is Vinod Babu. So if I give some other name, say for example x, if I give some other name, okay, it will display that particular name. Okay, the other one, I'm just using x equal to input, enter input 1, y equal to input, enter input 2, print output is x plus y. Say for example, when I execute this particular program, it will ask enter input 1, so I'm just feeding 10, then it will ask enter input 2, I'm just feeding 20. So this is assigned in x, this is assigned in y. But surprisingly, we know already, we discussed that this input, okay, by default it stores in string format. So this 10 and 20, they are strings. Okay, when I print the output is x plus y, what happens? 10 is one string, 20 is another string. Okay, it will concatenate. So 10, 10, 20, it will print 1020. Okay, but if I use Okay, if I we already discussed casting. If I use type, sorry, not type, if I use int of x, okay, it will convert the string to int, so it will become 10. Okay, int of y plus int of y. Okay, this string 20 will become integer 20. Now 10 and 20 are added, so it will display the result 30. Okay, it will display the result 30. Very simple example. Already such examples we have discussed in Python casting. So I'm not going to discuss this in Python console. Another example, x input enter input 1, y enter input 2. Okay, so I'm giving some input. Say for example, here I am giving 20, here I am giving 30. So if you type x, okay, if you print type of x, we know already it is basically string. Similarly, if you type y, it is string. So if you do x plus y, you will get 2030. Okay, again this type of z1, that is also string. Okay, we'll verify this. I think these are already available in the slides. You just see 10 is the first input, 20, these are strings. Okay, these are strings. The output is 1020. Suppose if I do z2 is equal to int x plus int y, then if I print that, okay, I will get the answer 50, but here I took 10 and 20, so I will get 30. Okay, so user input, I'm going to use input method for user inputs. Okay, so basically it will take the inputs in string format. Then we need to go for casting, okay, to change that string to the record format. Okay, then what are the additional features of IPython, interactive Python? Okay, what are the additional features? So let me take some code here. Actually, I want to plot something like this: x in the x-axis, then x times cos x in the y-axis. I want to plot this. Okay, so the x-axis range is from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, I'm just taking 50 data points between 0 and 2 pi. I'm just taking 50 data points. So there is a built-in command linspace. Okay, about this linspace, we have already discussed in NumPy. Okay, NumPy arrays, we have discussed about this linspace. This is the start index, end index. Okay, this is the total number of data points. Okay, total number of data points. So it will generate from 0 to 2 pi, it will generate 50 data points. Okay, then what I am doing, again this cos x, that is defined. So I am just plotting x versus x cos x. Okay, this x label, y label, all those things we'll discuss in matplot. Okay, matplot library.pyplot. Okay, basically here I want to tell that if you, whatever you are giving within these double quotes, that will be printed here. Whatever you give within this y label, okay, that will be printed here. Okay, this dollar is nothing but this is printed in latex format. Okay, something like equation, it will look like equation. Similarly, this title, actually this will give the title above the figure. The title will be the x versus x cosine x. Okay, so I'm going to type this piece of code in the Python console. So let me import. I'm going to use Pylab. Okay, so x linspace, linearly spaced vector, 0 star 2 pi. Starting value is 0, ending value is 2 pi. Totally 50 data points I am taking. If I hit enter, you just see. So these are the 50 values. Okay, we know pi is 3.14. 2 times pi is 6.28. So between 0 and 2 pi there are 50 data points. You can check length of x, it is 50 basically. Okay, then after x I'm going to plot, okay, x versus x cos x. Okay, so this is the graph. You just see this is the graph generator. Okay, I'm going to add x label, y label, x label. So x, if I just give x, you just see how it looks. You just see, okay, it's not looking like mathematical. X is okay, but if you use other things, x square or something like that, it won't look like a mathematical format. So I'm just using this dollar symbol. I want to use latex like. I want to give latex like look. Okay, so it's something like slanting and it's looking like equation. Then y label x cosine x. Okay, you just see y label, it is x cosine x. Then I'm also giving the title. Okay, simple title, dollar, okay, x versus x cosine x. Okay, x versus x cosine x. So you just see the title has come. Okay, x versus x cosine x. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to introduce history. Okay, percentage history. So percentage history is, if I type this percentage history in the command window, whatever the comments I have typed in the command window, that will be displayed. Okay, so if you look this percentage history, that is also displayed as the most recent command. Okay, percentage history will test this. Let me go for Python console, percentage history. So you can see earlier, before starting this video, I was checking with some other commands, linspace, all those things. In the previous video, we used input method. We discussed how to take user inputs and all. So those things are available here. Then this video we started with PyLab, linspace. Okay, then we displayed the value of x, then length of x. We plotted x label, y label. Okay, x label 2 times without that dollar symbol. What happens? Then y label, then title, then finally the most recent command history, that is also displayed here. Suppose if you want to see, okay, you want to see the history of comments with the corresponding, okay, input number. Okay, this in number, input number is 21. For example, 21 length x, 22 plot x. Okay, so what we will do, percentage history, you just give -n, that will give, okay, history of comments with input numbers. You just see 21 length of x, 22 plot x. Okay, with that line number it is displaying. Suppose I want the comment, okay, which I used, which I given as the input of 23rd input, for example. 23rd inputs, it's x label. So what I'm doing, history, okay, sorry, percentage history 23. You just see the corresponding x label. Okay, the corresponding command is displayed here. Okay, then if you want a set of comments, okay, so see, I want to take, I don't want all the other things. I want to take the comments which will generate this x cosine x. If you see 18, 19. Okay, so let me type percentage history. So line number 18, okay, to 19, then 20 I don't want, 21 I don't want, space, so 22 to 22, 23, 22, 23, okay, then, sorry, 23 also I don't want, just to 22 plot, 24 to 26, okay, these are the lines I need, okay. So you just see, if continuously if I need, then I can use this hyphen, okay, otherwise I'm just giving space between the required lines. So let me hit enter, you just see whatever required, all those things has come, okay, these are the required lines, okay. So after testing, what I have done, I have tested these comments, and it is generating a required x cosine x waveform. Let me save this, okay, in as .py format, and whenever required, okay, I can call, okay. Otherwise what will happen, if I close the Python, this whatever I have typed in console, those things will go. So I can store these lines, okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just going for, okay, this percentage save command, percentage save, some program name, okay. Then what are the lines I want to save? What are the lines I want to save? Okay. So if you see, by default that is stored in .py Python, okay, .py format. Okay. Let me do this. Percentage save some file name plot1, okay, x cosine x .py. I want to save 18 to 19 space 22, 24 to 26, okay. Hit enter, you just see, okay, this file name is plot1 underscore x cos x. You just see, yeah, here you can see that file plot1 x cos x .py. You just see the corresponding code, okay. So whenever required, I can call this, I can use this file name, and I can run that. So how do you run this code? Okay, from the console I want to run this code. So to run this code, okay, I'm going to use percentage run hyphen, okay, minus I. This is not capital I, this is small I, okay. Then the file name, okay, this I represents run the file in IPython's namespace, okay, IPython namespace. So you can see that if I run this in editor window, okay, it will not work, because it is asking a linspace that is defined in NumPy. So we have to import this linspace from NumPy. Then this plot is available in matplot library.pyplot. This x label, y label, title, they are also available. So it will show the error, but we can execute this code in console itself. So the command is percentage run minus, okay, I. Now, okay, interactive Python percentage run minus I, file name. What's the file name? Plot1 underscore x cosine x .py. Okay, hit enter. You just see the corresponding output. Let me close one more time. I will execute. You just see the output. Okay, the code is executed. So I have practiced a set of comments in the console. Okay, so using the history command, I'm just picking certain lines alone, certain comments alone, and using percentage save, I'm just storing it in as a Python file. Okay, then whenever is required, I'm just running this using percentage run. Okay, then finally, if you want to clear the namespace, okay, for example, if I use, okay, clear only it clears the console. But if you go and see the variable explorer, all those values, okay, whatever we have discussed, they are available. See, finally we have discussed this x, okay, array of float 64, totally 50 values. Okay, what are the values available? All those things are available. So only it clears the console, not the variables. If you want to clear the variables, you can go for percentage reset. Okay, percentage reset. If you don't give any specific this minus f or minus s, it will ask, okay, whether it will ask some confirmation you want to delete or something. So you have to give yes or no. Suppose if you give minus f, okay, it is a hard reset, so it won't ask any confirmation, directly it will reset. Suppose if you give minus s, it is a soft reset, okay, it will just clears the namespace, okay, but the history will be there. So in this video we discussed the user input through that input method. Then we have discussed some of the additional features of IPython. Okay, so how to see the history of comments, whatever we have practiced, how to take certain comments, how to store them using %save method, how to run them in console using %run, then how to clear the variables. Okay, reset. Okay, I'll stop here. I hope the video is useful for you. Okay, thank you.